Rondo, a rapper whose ascent in the music industry was strongly tied to the streets, is closely linked to Lil Durk's demise. The once dominant rap artist is currently facing severe legal issues that might result in life in jail.
Durk, Chicago artist whose popularity has blown up over the past few years, well, he is behind bars and headed for criminal court in California. Prosecutors say he orchestrated a plot to hire hitmen and take out a rap rival. As we're tracking the progress of this case, we're also taking a closer look at how we even got here and how an apparent feud turned.
Although many people believe they comprehend the current scenario, we are breaking down every detail and exposing things that the public is unaware of. Born in Savannah, Georgia, Rondo was active in the streets at a young age, joining the Rowan 60s area Crips, and by the time he was 18, he had established a reputation.
Durk, whose real name is Durk Banks, is in a lot of trouble right now. The FBI says that he was part of a complicated murder-for-hire scheme that involved a shooting in the middle of the day at a Beverly Hills gas station in 2022. This actually resulted in the death of Savannah Robinson, the cousin of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo, who prosecutors say was the actual intended target of this assassination.
But in the end, Quando decided to go a different route and turn his attention to music. His breakthrough hit, I Remember, arrived in 2017, and it soon gained popularity after his prospective child jumped on a remix, which helped the song become extremely popular.
On Rondo's part, he's always maintained that he wasn't to blame for this Atlanta shooting, that he wasn't to blame for King Von's death, and he put out a song not long afterwards, after the shooting, where he talked about how it was all self-defense. Actually, in an interview in April of 2021, Rondo claimed that he was asleep in a car when all of this happened. He also claimed he didn't even know that King Von was there. But according to the FBI, Durk had used coded language to put out a hit on Rondo, offering money to anyone who would kill his rival. The prosecutors say that is what led.
Even though Q's partnership with NBA YoungBoy helped him advance his career, Lil Durk was already well known in the drill rap scene at the time and was regarded as one of the top musicians coming out of Chicago. Another important factor in his ascent was Lil Durk.
Motive why Lil Durk paid the bounty and crashed out like he did with this one is because of Von. King Lil Durk, man, and the biggest trouble of his life, man, that he ever been in, man. We seen Lil Durk, he escaped everything, man, like a smooth criminal, and we thought it was over with, man. He should never participated in nothing with King Von, man. I'm telling you, bro, he should have let King Von stay in Chicago, man. Ever since he picked up King Von, bro, and took him out and showed him what it was like to get money and shit, man, Durk been having troubles, man.
On the opposite side, where Durk rapped, the two artists worked together. I can't forget the trenches, where my blood brothers shout out when Rondo, a small boss, says, "I'm super savage. That's the hood's fault." According to sources, Lil Durk didn't even pay Quando for the feature since he saw it as a chance to help up-and-coming artists rather than as a financial decision.
Durk helped organize and pay for his alleged co-conspirators to travel from Chicago to Los Angeles in order to kill Rondo. Durk had reportedly put out a hit on Rondo, offering money to anyone who would take him out.
Both rappers' collaboration on Shy Gizzy's song Problems that same year further cemented their relationship. Durk even yelled at Quando once more, rapping about how you're going to lie and follow the beat, a line that became well known for its audacious message.
Defendants of following Quando Rondo's black Escalade around Los Angeles. In the indictment, TB, by the way, refers to Taekwondo Bowman, which is Quando Rondo's real name. SR is his cousin, who I mentioned before, Savannah Robinson. Used the firearms procured by defendant Grant, including the fully automatic firearm, to shoot at TB's car, striking and killing SR, who was standing next to TB's car while TB was inside, firing their guns at TB's black Escalade. And the filing includes surveillance photos of the suspects appearing to fire guns towards the gas pumps, again, in the middle of the day. And as I mentioned, Robinson was killed. Rondo, the alleged target of this hit, as I mentioned,
Quando, despite his reputation for drinking red, Rondo was a __, as everyone knew. Durk mentioned this in his song, Question Sip Red, but I'm aware that he's a __. You are not allowed to enter my crib with a B asterisk. A cake is included with 8 Draco shells. Seeing Quando's talent and promise early in his career, Lil Durk offered him a lot of love. Their friendship went beyond simple collaborations. When they reunited on Quando's tune, Durk rapped us without fear, and we performed what we did. He truly backed Quando, providing him with opportunities to advance in the industry. Public defenders are trying to get you to drop your SS, but they don't even care that the kids are having children and are going out demanding gun laws. Drisk asterisk, this verse strengthened the two artists' friendship and regard for one another. Quando, also known as Trench Baby, has often acknowledged that Lil Durk had a significant impact on his career. The two were more than just sharing verses online. They had a genuine friendship that went beyond music. Quando even spent time in Chicago rocking out with Durk and his crew. King Val was also cool with Quando at the time, and his devotion to. Before an NBA youngster entered the picture, everything between Quando, Lil Durk, and King Val appeared to be stable. Durk's camp was visible, and he even made fun of Durk and Von's longtime rivals from 63rd Street in Chicago. At first, King Von and Youngboy had no problems with one another. In fact, V allegedly wanted to work with Youngboy and even discussed a potential feature. However, tensions increased after a seemingly innocuous Instagram post altered everything. One day, King Von was vibing to NBA Youngboy's track Play With Us on Instagram. NBA Youngboy was one of the most influential rappers in the game. But rather than just enjoying the song live, he called the young boy out, accusing him of making up his street persona. He said, "Man, what the asterisk is this young boy talking about on this song, bro? He's talking crazy on this man. He isn't even like that. He's capping in his RSV." He went one step further and insulted the young boy by posting pictures of himself with NBA Youngboy's baby mama Jania. This was a direct jab at the young boy because Jania had been a hot topic in his personal life, and the move caused tensions to eventually spill into the streets. A young NBA player heightened the tension by, in a startling response, he shared a photo of his kid on social media with the caption, "I'm going to make sure that my son asterisk your daughter since you trolling be asterisk." Vanon and the young child were trading shots online at the same time, and this only made the already heated situation more personal in a way that was impossible to ignore. Rondo and many of the young affiliates had strong contacts with folks in Chicago, some of whom had even spent time in the vicinity of Lil Durk's circle, before crews started taking sides and getting involved in the feud. Lil Durk's close friend Lil Reese. Later, he disclosed that he had a great relationship with the Young Boy crew back in the day. He clarified in an interview that there was no beef or anything of the sort. Some of the Young Boy's friends would visit Chicago and pull up to my house, and everything was great, but you know how things change with time. Both Durk and Reese had a complex past in the Chicago street scene. They both appeared on the South Side representing the Black disciples, and there are rumors that Durk was instrumental in intensifying the conflict with the gangster disciples. One of the pivotal moments in that rivalry occurred when Durk released the song L's Anthem, in which he rapped about Brick Squad. Fast risk asterisk, I say, we'll go to war. With him, the risk is as high as rhythm. Lil Jojo, a GV rapper associated with Brick Squad, didn't waste any time in responding, clapping back with BBK Black Discipline Killer and taking direct aim at Durk. You're not using the asterisk, so stop the thing flexing F trying to wife for BH. They're out here stretching Durk AF, has Brick Squad, and I can't wait to catch him. I'm in these streets, no ducking. They put him on a stretcher after squeezing this F asterisk in 40. In addition to targeting Durk, Jojo made fun of Lil Reese, another important BD member, which resulted in an intense back and forth, and Reese even publicly threatened Jojo, telling him, "I'm going to kill you." Later that same day, Lil Jojo was shot and killed in Chicago, marking a turning point in the BD versus GD war. The conflict escalated further as both sides exchanged diss tracks and real-life violence. And in 2011, Lil Durk and Reese were arrested for allegedly shooting at FBG Buddha and his crew. Despite their close bond, Durk and Reese's situation took an unexpected turn when Durk had a falling out with Chief Keef, altering the dynamics even more, according to rumors that King Von never considered Rondo and his crew to be a serious threat. Insiders said that even after the notorious event where Lil Tim supposedly shot and killed V underestimated them, thinking they weren't really about the street life. Lil Durk publicly criticized Lil Tim for minimizing his reputation in an interview with DJ Academics. Durk called Lil Tim a nerd and said he was shocked by what had happened, saying that ** messed everybody up when a real gangster gets taken out by like a nerd type. There were many in the industry who were shocked that Durk didn't seem to see Lil Tim as a reputable street person. Quando Rondo quickly responded to Durk's remark by making fun of Durk during the interview and posting on social media that the nerds got 7 of them last year. His response made it apparent that Durk and his camp had misjudged the extent of Savannah's street scene, with many people wondering whether Lil Tim was who he claimed to be before entering the rap game and how deeply connected he was to a local crew known as Only the Mob, OTM. In 2016, OTM, a group notorious for its long-standing disputes in the city, became embroiled in a vicious struggle that altered the gang scene in Savannah. At the time, OTM was engaged in a violent feud with VBS and the 1100 Block Gang, both of which were part of the 2X Gang. A territorial disagreement swiftly turned into a full-scale conflict. Rondo even mentions Lil Tim's reputation on his track Dead Guy, where he walks, claiming that he was one of the most active enforcers of the war, making a name for himself through his involvement in numerous violent occurrences. Let him know what an asterisk is by carrying that Glock around the corner. Asterisk attempted to murder since Lil Tim was shot in the head. We are smoking, screaming, and yelling the number that appears immediately after the asterisk 10. In order to support Lil Tim's street reputation, the lyrics alluded to previous fights in which he reportedly escaped an attempted murder. Lil Tim was dreaded in Savannah long before his name became well known, according to some reports, which alleged that he had already claimed several lives before the King Von tragedy. The song Purple Baby Quando Rondo made national news, which seems to support these rumors and feed more conjecture. About Lil King Von thought he could confront Quando Rondo without fear of immediate retaliation because of Tim's past and his role in the ongoing war between rival crews. However, he underestimated how quickly the situation could escalate and was unaware of the deep-seated tensions that had been building beneath the surface. However, the tension between King Von and NBA YoungBoy had already been building to a boiling point before the infamous altercation even occurred, as both rappers continued to send subliminal shots at one another, adding to the rumors that a full-blown feud was certain to occur the same night that Lil. In public, Reese declared his intention to face the dilemma. NBA YoungBoy went led and gave a sneak peek at his song Dead Trolls. Although he never specifically named King Von, many thought he was aiming at him with lyrics that were too specific to be a coincidence. YoungBoy wrapped up 7 murders in my hometown by telling them to be asterisk, 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 asterisk. The second boy tried to troll Pi and asterisk, asterisk trolls, but he couldn't obtain any features, so I pushed his wig back as soon as he landed. With the youngster making it obvious, the lyrics were taken as a direct threat that he would be severely punished if anyone attempted to oppose him. The situation worsened when the young boy wrapped the dog, asterisk, CIS, around with these op and asterisks. Asterisk, 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 and asterisk. You see, they're cooking up. There isn't any standing down. Tell that beat, asterisk, 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 asterisk. I'm trying to bang with him, asterisk. He even made a personal jab at his ex-girlfriend Jania, who had even been spotted spending time with King Von recently. Most people thought that this was a reaction to Von and Jana's alleged relationship, which added even more personal hostility to a tense scenario at the moment in another verse. The young boy seemed to acknowledge that King Val had been spending a lot of time in Atlanta, where he was developing his career and increasing his influence in the rap scene. He rapped, "I got pictures of you, LP, I'd be asterisk, 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 plan on stating something in Atlanta, two won't get up with me, but I don't asterisk with you, asterisk." The lines implied that the little child was well aware of Von's whereabouts and presence in Atlanta, indicating that their problems went beyond the drama on social media. He then made another allusion to V, saying, "I'm like Eni." In the meantime, V had been in a public relationship with rapper Asian Doll, and Young Boy decided to stir things up even more by going to the studio with her after Young Boy dropped a snippet of the song. King Von responded on Twitter, claiming he had information that would stop Young Boy from claiming his own children. But Chrome fans quickly conjectured that the D Rose line was a reference to V's association with Chicago. Minimize the stress in the brewing, whether Van actually thought that or not. The tensions between the crews were far from resolved. What began as lyrical jabs and social media trolling soon turned into something far more dangerous, leading to one of the most shocking events in modern hip-hop history. Rondo has officially pleaded guilty to a drug charge and is now facing a 33-month sentence. V eventually told DJ Academics that there was no real beef between them, saying that it was just a case of the internet blowing things out of proportion, twisting narratives, and escalating a situation that he didn't consider serious. Jail term even so, this is a significant matter. Notwithstanding the setback, Quando is committed to utilizing this time to think, make plans for the future, and devise a plan for reviving his career after he regains sovereignty. After being released, he has stated that he is optimistic about his future, but Lil Durk's situation is much worse, with his legal issues becoming more serious. The trial of Lil Durk has been postponed until October 2025, but concerning information about the evidence against him has emerged. Over 20,000 pages of reports and roughly 130 gigabytes of data are apparently in the possession of law enforcement officers who want to utilize them in court. These results show that the prosecution has a strong case against him, and there are also reports that investigators are trying to link Lil Durk to more violent crimes, which could result in additional charges and a longer jail term or even life behind bars. What is even more tragic about this whole conflict is that, at its core, Durk and Quando Rondo never had a serious personal feud. Instead, their tensions stem from King Von's well-documented altercations with NBA young boys. As things got worse, what started out as verbal abuse and social media jabs quickly turned into. Lil Durk and Quando Rondo had previously worked with and respected one another in the industry, but as tensions increased, the violence escalated into a devastating street battle that attracted more and more people from both sides. According to reports, Lil Durk ordered retaliation against Quando, which brought about his current legal situation. If the accusations are proven true in court, Lil Durk could very well spend the rest of his life behind bars, which would be a devastating blow to one of the most significant figures in hip-hop. This situation serves as yet another reminder of the